Hey, welcome back to Leadership Academy, Miss Jane Francis. So, have you ever wondered why some leaders rise effortlessly and why some struggle? What do you think is the cause? Is it about position? Is it the title? Is it power? No. It's about them understanding what the invisible laws that governs leadership. And when you discover this, things change. So today, in today's video, we'll be looking at a powerful topic, the law of leadership. The law of leadership. There are a lot of laws, but we'll be focusing on two. We'll be looking at definitions, we'll be looking at the nature, then we'll be looking at the laws, then conclusion. So now, before I start, what's the definition of laws when it comes to leadership? Now we'll find out that laws are invisible principles that governs the behavior, the influence and the success of a leader. These are laws that determine if the people who follow you, they'll go with you or they'll resist your leadership. That is it. And a lot of people will fail to understand that on this earth, everything is governed by law. Leadership, there are laws that governs leadership. And until you understand this thing, you can have a good leadership. You can lead with influence. Lack of understanding law leads to leadership pitfall. So now let's look at the nature. One, this law can be learned. You can learn it, you can develop it. So the fact that you don't know it does not mean you remain there. You can learn it. Another one is it's no respect of culture, gender or age. It goes across that. So you can apply it in any culture you go to. Your age, young, old, male, female, it doesn't matter. Then another one is other great leaders, they've discovered that yes, these are laws that guide leadership. So today we'll be looking at one of the laws by Maxwell. The first law is the law of the lead. The law of the lead. Now this law states that your leadership determines the level of your effectiveness. Your leadership determines the level of your effectiveness. So now what are we actually trying to say is that you cannot rise above your leadership lead. If, for example, I have a company and as the leader, my leadership lead is at 4. My leadership lead determines how my business and organization runs. So it's either my business goes from 1, 2, 3. It cannot rise above that 4. And a lot of people, that is why they'll tell you when you see a successful business today, they'll say, wow, the leadership is because they'll say it's the head that matters. So the leadership is good. When you see organization that fall, is also from the word leadership. Now, when you see an organization, what do? The first thing is you get the head. Is either you train the person, go for what? Self-development. The person has to what? Train himself to increase his lead from 5, 6, 7. Then there's this gap, the business cannot flow. So if their leadership is in 4 and they want to rise to 5, it's very impossible. So you must understand that your leadership matters as when you have business, when you have organization, when you are looking for somebody to take over your business, have you checked the capacity of that person? Have you checked, okay, is this person able to move my organization from this level to this level? Firstly, you have to say, okay, this person, what can this leader do? And that is why you need to understand the law of the lead. You cannot rise above your lead. So another thing is a lot of people, they don't take responsibility. Yes, they don't take responsibility in the sense that, okay, there's this saying is it's easier to move from failure to success than excuses to success. Because when you find yourself, okay, you know that yes, okay, I need to take another step. But when you continue giving excuses, oh, I'm supposed to do this, but because of this, you will not learn and you will not grow. So you must learn to take responsibility. Now the question is, I have some questions for you. You need to ask yourself. One of the questions you need to ask yourself is, what is the lead number of your leadership? What is the lead number of your leadership? At this point in time in your organization, in your business, in your family, what is the lead number? What is the level of your potentials? Because that's what determines how your organization or how your business runs. Now the next question is, will those around you agree with your assessment. So the fact that you come out and tell us that, okay, my leadership lead is 9.5, then the people around you meant to ask them, okay, based on you've studied me for 1 year, 2 years, what's my leadership lead? And they tell you 2.5. How do you feel? At that moment, you don't have to feel bad. You just have to ask, okay, because this is what feel bad. Then the next step is how. The next question is, what is my plan to increase my leadership lead? So how can I increase my lead number from 4 to 6, from 6 to 8, from 8 to 10? You have to set plan. The next question you need to ask yourself is, what are the lead number of those that work with me? So you look at your those people below you, what is their lead number? Because a lot of leaders, they are very insecure to allow their employees or probably train them. But we need to understand team leadership, whereby I'm growing, you are growing, I'm helping you, you are also helping the organization. So it does not matter the person at the edge. You also need to train your workers, train your employees. There was a man, he said, if I go into a business that fall into bankrupt, the first thing is to gather the workers, train them, and also pick the president, either fire him or what, train him. So it's left for him to decide. So you need to what, increase your leadership lead. Then the next question you ask is, what is my plan to increase your employee lead number? So as you are rising, they are rising. It's not that you are there, you feel like, okay, I want to show up, I want to be in marketing this, you need to give delegate responsibility to others. Then the next law we'll be moving into is the law of influence. The law of influence. Yeah, the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Now let's take a look at the example. Like I said, we need to move from just leadership to team leadership. So in an organization, I'm good at marketing. There are other people that are good at selling. There are other people that are good at distribution. At that state, they have influence in that specific area. So now you need to what? Bring them together. Okay, let's work together. One of the organizations I know that does this thing is BM Class Leaders. Now, their leaders, they know that, okay, everybody are different. You can't be good at everything, in the sense that, okay, I'm the same person that is teaching spirituality, teaching the mind, teaching everything at once. No, you find fault. So now when you get people that also have influence in this part, you bring them, you guys work together, and you guys will make a powerful organization. So you don't have to stand, okay, I want to be in marketing, I want to be in distribution. No, look for people that are good at that area. Look for people, in the sense that when you are strengthening that part, you can come as like, when it's your weakness, they cover it and nobody knows. You see organization, there's what they call mastermind. Everybody has their leaders in different areas. The question you need to ask yourself, who are you influencing? Now, there are levels of leadership. One of them, one of them is what? Position. And here, people follow you for because they have to. So it's just like a right. Like it's their right. So whereby they go to work, okay, I have to obey the boss, even if it's not doing well. And that's not influence, that's not leadership. Then the second one, it graduates towards what I call permission, in the sense that relationship. So people follow you because they want to, willingly. The next step goes to production, and the key point in production is what the key point in production is your results. Now this okay, let me just point. Now the third position is what? Production, and the key point there is results. So people follow you because of what you have done to the organization, which goes down to the other one, people's development. And I'll be stopping here in this place. People's development, which the key point there is what? Reproduction. So they follow you because what you've done to yourself. Now my question is, what type of influence are you giving to other people? You need to ask yourself, how am I influencing them? Is it positively? Is it negatively? So in conclusion, I'll end with the law of leadership form a roadmap to lasting impact, influence, and transformation. So I'll urge us to learn and study the laws of leadership. Don't forget to click to like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the notification button. I remain Miss Jane Frances from Leadership Academy.